Imagine living in a home where fear and abuse are daily occurrences. Imagine being trapped by your abusers and then being your parents. This was the reality for Lyle and Eric Menendez, who tragically took the lives of their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, in 1989. While their actions were undeniably grave, I speak to you today to advocate for their release, arguing that justice demands a more nuanced understanding of their case. The Menendez brothers' case has captivated the nation for over 3 decades, sparking debates about justice, abuse, and the complexities of human behavior. Their story resonates with many survivors of abuse who understand the desperation and fear that can drive individuals to extreme actions. Recently, the story has gained increased popularity in the media due to the release of the series Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, and the documentary The Menendez Brothers, which are both on Netflix. I've spent many hours researching this case, looking over court information, media coverage, testimonies, and watching the series and the documentaries in order to understand the details of events that led up to the tragic deaths of Jose and Kitty Menendez. While the Menendez brothers committed a terrible crime, their actions were a desperate attempt to escape a horrific cycle of abuse. After serving 35 years, they have provenly reformed and deserve a chance at freedom. I will present evidence that supports their claims of prolonged abuse, highlight their positive transformation during incarceration, and argue that their release would serve justice and not undermine it. Lyle and Eric endured years of sexual, physical, and psychological abuse at the hands of their father, Jose Menendez. This was not a case of isolated incidents, but a pattern of abuse that shaped their lives and instilled a deep fear for their safety. Author Danny Anguiano of the article, I Feel Hope, Chance of Release Dawns for Menendez Brothers in 35-year-old case, reports that new evidence has emerged. It includes a letter that is written by Eric Menendez that details the abuse he suffered at the hands of his father. There is also allegations from a former member of boy band Menudo who claims he was also abused by Jose Menendez. These corroborating accounts add further credibility to the brothers' claims. During the 35 years of incarceration, Lyle and Eric have shown genuine remorse for their actions and dedicated themselves to personal growth and rehabilitation. Author Orlando Marroquin of article Judge Delays Hearing on Menendez Brothers' Bid for Early Release reports that they have pursued education, mentored other inmates, and run support groups, demonstrating their commitment to becoming productive members of society. As model prisoners, they have consistently exhibited good behavior and a sincere desire to make amends for their past. This transformation shows their capability to change and their potential to contribute to society if they are given the opportunity. Society's understanding of the devastating impact of child sexual abuse has evolved significantly since the Menendez brothers' trial in the 1990s. We now recognize the serious psychological damage it causes and the complex ways that victims may respond to their trauma. Author Ezra Marcus of the New York Times article In Defense of the Menendez Brothers explores how modern society is now more aware of the realities of domestic abuse, sexual abuse, harassment, and racist violence than it was in the 1990s. In a U-Wire text article titled The Menendez Brothers Resentenced and Possible Release Soon, staff writer Maeve Badond reports that the Me Too movement has brought to light the prevalence of abuse and the systemic failures that often silence victims. This heightened awareness This heightened awareness requires a reevaluation of cases like the Menendez brothers, where abuse played a significant role in the events leading up to the crime. The evidence of abuse, the brothers' rehabilitation, and our evolving understanding of the impact of trauma all point to the need for a compassionate review of their case. I urge you all to join me in advocating for the release of Eric and Lyle Menendez. Their release would not erase the tragedy of their parents' death, but would instead acknowledge the underlying circumstances of their case and allow them to rebuild their lives after decades of punishment. Let us choose compassion and understanding over vengeful blindness and offer them a chance at a future that is filled with healing and contribution. Thank you.